I'm gonna try and keep this as short as possible, but here is a unforgettable trip to Norway that I did. Included some hiking, camping, and a whole bunch of driving. We started off by heading west from Stockholm, passing by Oslo, and our first camp spot was going to be at the bottom of Gaustatoppen. Along the way, we did a couple stops. And as soon as we entered Norway, we were blown away by the nature.
It is hot as fuck, but we can see snow from our tent. What the fuck is going on?
Oj jävlar vilket hår.
And from there we made some coffee in the morning to get us ready for the hike. And along the way, we met some of the local people. And let me say, this hike was not as easy as I thought it would be. But it was definitely not impossible. Every step closer to the top, it felt like the view just got better and better. And holy crap, was it fun.
When you're desperate, you just have to eat some poop.
And of course we had some snacks along the way. And we knew when we were getting to the top, we had lunch prepared. And what's better to have with lunch than another cup of coffee? To a view that is just unforgettable.
Vad bra. Sen vänta lite.
It was truly breathtaking. And while we were cooking our burgers at the top, let me say people were jealous. And then we headed back down. And as soon as we got down, we made our way to our next camp spot, which incidentally also had another extra 10k of hiking. It wasn't easy, but we got through it. With some river crossings, mild rain, and moderate exhaustion. We made a pit stop and cooked up some skewers, enjoyed the view, saw some rainbows, and then we got to our camp spot. And holy shit. This one just is unbeatable. Morning after, we made our way to the lookout point that everyone wants to achieve with this hike. We got up early so that we didn't have to line up. And well, it was something else. And guess what? Another cup of coffee before we headed back to pack up our tent and make our way to the next location. Now we were even more tired than before. We crossed over one of the fjords on a ferry And then we continued our drive to the next camp spot. Initially, we failed to actually camp at the location I'd chosen. I made an oversight and didn't know there was a local camping rule that applied to the area, meaning no camping at all. So we had to find another one, which was 50 minutes away. But this one, well, it was worth the drive. It was fully undisturbed, a little cove, hidden from everything. The only thing besides us two there were 3 goats roaming around. The spot was peaceful. We even had a park bench where we could cook our dinner, make coffee, and just relax. After this spot, we hiked back up to our car, which was not very long, but it was steep. Then we drove towards the town of Bergen. I didn't film anything there, but trust me, I was there. And it was very charming. One of the cutest towns I've seen in a long time. After Bergen, we decided, let's stop at a campsite, camp there so we could have facilities like showers and kitchen, running water, freshen up a bit. We didn't sleep well at all. Car alarm kept going off for no reason at all. And then we slowly made our way forwards. And on this day, we decided let's do a little exploring just by car. We stopped in the town of Flom, a layover town. Had some lunch, looked at the glacier water, which was freezing cold. And then we went to a lookout point. One that must have been the best views I've ever seen in my life. Of course, it was popular. From there, we drove up the mountain, and on top of the mountain, there was a massive plateau. Small houses, all sorts of things. We even stopped at this weird cave with an art installation. It resembles a bear on top of a pile of trash. No idea why. But we headed down after that. To our very final camp spot. About 1,000 meters on top of a hill. Snow close by. It was beautiful. The very next day was foggy. The clouds hung low. And at this point, we were driving to our final night stay. A hotel with a spa. We knew we needed to relax because our bones were creaking and our muscles were aching. Everything felt like a fever dream. The week had passed so quickly. It was hard to keep track of what day it was. Before heading to the hotel, we did a quick stop in Oslo and realized, yeah, this wasn't for us. The town of Oslo, that is. And then when we woke up in the morning from the hotel, we felt like a new person. We were ready to come home. But this trip was quite something. Something I'd dreamt of doing for a long time. And now something I can remember for a long time. It's almost scary how quick time goes by.